For me, the misconception, like I came into the business going, wow, I'm going to be a realtor. I get to make my own schedule. I get all the time off that I want. Not necessarily true.
Not unless you want to sell real estate.
Yeah, because we get weekends off and evenings off and holidays off. And yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely, it has evolved definitely over the last decade into a 24-hour on-call position, but that's what I think keeps it exciting, and the fact that we don't do the same thing every day. Every day is different, which is something I didn't know coming into real estate, that it is a very exciting job. You get to celebrate a lot. You get to celebrate at every point of the transaction where something goes right. So when you go under contract, when you successfully negotiate home inspection items, when you get to walk through and everything's right, and then you get to settlement, and that's the big celebration when everyone signs off and it changes hands.
Well, that's for me, like, nobody told me when I took the real estate exam. I think only my professor went, hey, just study to pass the exam, and then you'll learn what you really do.
Oh yeah, I remember them saying that, you know.
But it's true.
Yeah.
Being a realtor, unfortunately,
you can't teach it in class. Yeah, it's something you learn on the job, just by witnessing and going through transactions.
Day after day after day.
And we're still learning. After a couple decades doing it, you're still, every day, there's a new problem to solve and a new issue that you didn't know could happen. So I think that when I first got into the business, I would take a lot more, things a lot more to heart, and I'd get a little more anxious over it. And now I've learned to, in order to have a smooth transaction, the less anxiety, the better, and to just take everything in stride, and it will work out.
Yeah, I took everything personally.
Mm-hmm.
First few years, I lost sleep, and I still do, right? I mean, I think we both still really do, but we've learned to juggle a little better and control it.
Yeah, I think the calmer you are in these intense situations, the better. With real estate, because I think everyone's a little on edge when they're buying property, because some things can kind of come out of left field and you have to deal with those issues. But if you can be calm in the moment, that helps your clients.
I don't think I ever realized what it actually entailed. Like, I think I had this dream picture of what a realtor was, and typing up offers and contracts and pulling comps, and I never could have imagined crawling through mucky crawl spaces and moving furniture and going out to capture patio furniture in the middle of a nor'easter or a storm, or just all the other stuff that seems to, I actually like doing, and I like being there, right, with clients to do it, but I had no idea.
The less glamorous side of real estate.
Much less glamorous side.
Real estate, again, that has evolved. We do a lot more than we ever thought we would in transactions nowadays. You know, we're not just negotiating a sale. That's probably the minority of what we do. I mean, we're staging properties before they go to sale. We're cleaning properties, or coordinating cleaning, or coordinating contractors to come deal with specific issues that are relevant to them. That's a lot of you know, it's a lot that goes into it before you even get to order the photography and start moving forward.
Yeah.
So that's something I didn't know going into it.
I think that the other one for me ties back to a little bit of the first one, but I don't think I had any idea because we're in a resort. So I didn't really understand that being available when our clients weren't working meant that's when I was. Mornings, evenings, holidays. I don't think I saw a Memorial Day barbecue for the first maybe 15 years I was in the business. And understanding then how to balance it and where to draw the lines. I mean, getting calls at 9 a.m. on Easter morning, at some point I had to learn how to draw the line a little bit.
Yeah, it's taken a while to figure that out. But speaking of that, like the seasonality of being in a resort town, there are highs and lows. You know, something that Grant and I still deal with is, you know, you're finishing out the year every December, and everyone wants to close before the year end, and you get all these closings in, and your year's done, and then January 1st rolls around, and you start at zero again, and it's very quiet in our resort area in January. So you kind of have to readjust every year and convince yourself that going to the office for 30 days in January is probably not the best decision.
Wired like us, and you just control the panic, and you just go, let's go.
Yeah, there's just less business at that time of the year, so it's a great time to grab the kids and go up to the Poconos and do some skiing and see family and friends. And then as we get closer to this time of the year in spring, we are as busy as we ever are, and that's just the seasonality of it. So that's definitely something just inside of real estate, but inside of Ocean City and the Delaware beaches, that I didn't know going into this. There were going to be some extremely busy months where you're just working 30 days straight, and then there's going to be some months where you couldn't work 30 days if you wanted to, because there's just people are doing other things.
I didn't learn the first time, I didn't learn the second time, I don't know if I learned the third time, but parking during the summer when you're showing clients, if you don't properly display or leave something on the dash or your window, you might get booted, you might get towed,
Ticketed. Yeah.
It took me a little while I don't know why, it took me a little while to figure that one out.
I think in line with that, like a seasonality thing, summertime thing is, since I've moved out of Ocean City, just outside of Ocean City, getting into town on a Saturday. If you want to get into Ocean City on a Saturday, you're on the road at 8 a.m. coming in. You get past 8:30, 9 a.m., and if there's an accident on Route 90 or something like that, you just won't be able to get in. I've definitely had.
It can happen so quick.
Oh, yeah.
I can come in at 8:15 in the morning, and somebody that's 3 minutes behind me ends up taking 30, 40 minutes longer because it just happens.
I think my best was a Saturday, probably 6 years ago, and there was an accident, and I ended up sitting on 90 for an hour and then zipping around and going St. Martin's Neck all the way to Route 54, where there was an accident as well. I think I got in a 12-minute drive in about 3 hours, but made it in.
But the same for us, it's the same going out of town. And trying to tell clients that don't know any better, that are trying to say, hey, we're going to leave town on a Saturday and we're going to go to the other side of West OC to get dinner and then come back. Make plans.
Saturday's not your day, not a great day, but we've learned to work around it. And oftentimes that's the only time we can show property, between check-in and check-out on Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. But you know, we've gotten through it, and we've helped people look at property and help them find the right condo for them or house for them.
So many little things that I think I just didn't have any idea. I didn't have any clue.
Well, I think that's probably any job, but definitely a lot different than we thought it was going into. I remember getting my license and just being like, all right, great, let's go sell houses. We can do this. I'm licensed, so I can do this now, right?
Balls in my lap, right?
Yeah, and I think I remember some silence coming from you. But I figured it out. Yep. So yeah, that's a little bit about us and what we thought going into the world of real estate, and now being in it, what it's really like.